I'll be making some candied ginger. I'm going to show you how to make candied ginger quickly, simply, and easily. You're going to love this. All you need is some sugar, some ginger, of course, pinch of salt, and some water. The candied ginger is amazing as a treat on its own. It's like super tasty. And you can also add it to cookies, cakes, all kinds of things. So it's great to have around, especially with the holiday season coming up. So let's get started. I've peeled my ginger and now we're going to slice it. You want this about 1/8 of an inch thick. You don't want it too thin. You also don't want it too thick. So now that we have our ginger sliced, we're going to take it and add it to our pot of water. I just have some water in here, and it doesn't really matter how much. I mean, you want your ginger covered and with enough room for it to flow around. I'll show you what it looks like in here in a moment. And we're just going to add a pinch of salt to that. And then we're going to set it to cook. Our ginger is cooking away, and as you can see, the water gets a little brown as it cooks, and that's why we want to discard that water. We're going to discard that water when it's done. I've strained my ginger. It has a nice color now. I've replaced the water with 2 cups of fresh water. I've also rinsed my pot, and I'll be adding 2 cups of sugar to this. We'll be able to save the syrup from this and use the ginger syrup for a whole bunch of other wonderful things. So many things you can do with it, very tasty stuff. So you can save the syrup and have ginger syrup. We're just going to stir that sugar in until it dissolves. Lower the heat. You want to cook this till about 220. I usually just eyeball it when the syrup thickens up, and you can tell when your candy's ready. We're going to take it out, dry it off, and then roll it in sugar. The kitchen smells amazing at this point. I love the smell of ginger. Our ginger's cooking away nicely, boiling away. We want to let it cook until our syrup thickens up and our ginger has absorbed that sugar and is thoroughly cooked. So we're going to let that cook a little bit more. It takes about 10-15 minutes. Okay, my ginger is cooked. My syrup has reduced. It's time to remove it from the flame and place it on a wire rack that I've lined with wax paper and let it dry. What I'm going to do now is just with a fork, I'm going to lay all my pieces of ginger out to dry. This is just a wire rack covered with wax paper so that it doesn't get difficult to remove the ginger from the wire rack. Don't want that sticking to it. So they cooked up nicely. Dry out, and then we're going to coat it with sugar. I'm also going to strain this syrup and save it. I'm just going to strain that syrup. It's really delicious, and like I said, so many things you can do with it. So I am going to reserve that, save it in a jar. It smells so good. You might want to let that cool off before you put the lid on it to avoid condensation, so we're just going to set that aside for now. Once our ginger has dried, we want to take it. I'm going to start from here. Dip it in the sugar, coat it thoroughly. Oh, that's going to be so good. Roll it around in there until it's well covered. And there we have it, our first piece of candied ginger. This stuff is so tasty. I like to pat it down, make sure it's thoroughly coated everywhere. Make sure that sugar really sticks to it. And just go on and do each piece like that. So our candied ginger is ready. It looks amazing, smells absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give it a taste test. I have to admit, not my first taste test. Absolutely delicious. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell for more recipes like this. Thanks for watching.